when you started ECW, what was in your brain the concept? Because it wasn't Extreme Wrestling at first. It was Eastern Championship Wrestling with Shane Douglas throwing down the championship of the NWA. That history has been told. But what was your guiding light to think, I want to do this?
Because the guys came up to me after Joel Goodhart went under and said, please, just keep this going. Just let's do a bar show once a month. Keep it going. You know what I'm saying? Get a license for us and blah, blah, blah. And we did. To me, it was fun. It was a hobby once a month, 80 people, 100 people in the audience. There's nothing to get excited about. Then we did the pilot. So I came up to our videographer and said, I really need TV. Started a new channel called Sports Channel Philadelphia. And the Flyers, the Sixers, the Phillies, but no programming. It was just starting. He goes, can you get me any programming? I goes, I'm taking video for a wrestling company. He goes, can you get a pilot? He goes, can we get a pilot? I went, sure, we can get a pilot. What? So naturally, we did. We got a pilot and we got the gig. Every Tuesday night at 6 o'clock, Philadelphia. Well, now I got to put a TV show together. So I'm trying to think, what do I really want here? What kind of show what do I want to do? I mean, my whole philosophy since day one has been, I want to put on shows that I would want to see. Because I couldn't stand what I was watching on TV. It was a cartoon. Everybody was a cartoon character. It ruined what I had grown up loving and just like living for. And it's like so depressing. So I got Eddie Gilbert to become my booker. I was going to try to bring up the hardcore Memphis style. The Moondogs every week were on TV smashing people with the trash cans and this, and that's what I wanted to start with. That's was my beginning point. I just wanted something a little more hardcore. There's nothing hardcore at all anywhere. I mean, when I say hardcore, I mean believable. When I grew up, I watched Bruno and Killer Kowalski and Gorilla Monster, and it was believable. I was like, oh my god, I wonder what happened last Saturday night at the arena. I had to wait till the next show to find out whether Bruno won or not or lost the title because it was believable.
Yeah.
I wanted to do the same thing. And more so as time went on. But from the beginning with Eddie, I wanted to be violent. I wanted to be hardcore. I wanted to be blood and guts. And there was a big audience for it. I didn't know how big. Believe me, I didn't know how big. That came to astound me. But, that was my goal originally, just to have a more Memphis-style product.
Now, Sean, did you watch ECW when you were a whippersnapper?
I did. I was fortunate enough to be in the New York television market, so we benefited from Todd's brutal MSG deal where he began to spring leaks in the boat, but I got to see it. And, I was in college, I guess. Yeah. And, being a product of the Northeast wrestling like Todd, I too watched Bruno and Backlund and Superstar Graham and then Hogan and the very much entertainment era, which was fine because I was 12, Hogan and Piper and great. But when you're 20 and this product is now pig farmers and hockey players and Isaac Yankem, the dentist.
Yeah.
And, parallel to that in regular mainstream entertainment, you've got grunge music and Nirvana and Soundgarden, and things are getting darker in the movies. The Tarantino, the bad guys are cool now. The WWE product did not hold up to anyone my age. Then my friend shows me this crazy thing that's on at midnight on MSG Network. And for a moment, I'm willing to suspend disbelief because I didn't really have to, because a garbage can's a garbage can and a table's a table and I know basic physics. So it wasn't hard for me to suspend that. And the thing that was so attractive to me beyond the action in the ring, honestly, was they were talking to us, the smart fans.
Yeah.
I say smart not as a testament to my intelligence, but to the fact that I read dirt sheets. That's what I mean. Anyone who doesn't know wrestling, that's what made me smart, that I knew what was going on in the business. And they would do creative shit and swerve us. And we would turn to each other and go, holy shit. They knew exactly what we were thinking. That was all I needed. The stuff in the ring was a bonus for me. I knew the guys running this company knew me as a wrestling fan, because Todd's considerably older, but he was me. He was frustrated by what was lost in the product he loved as a kid.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
I really do believe that my being a fan made that product was what it was. I hated certain things. I hated stipulations that didn't happen. I hated when someone lost their mask and pulled it off and had another mask on underneath it. I hated stripping matches where, somebody came out with a towel or a jacket where the girl's top came off. I hated tag team must break up forever. And like 6 months later, they're working together on TV. That insulted my intelligence. I decided I want to do something that doesn't insult people's intelligence. If I say we're going to have this match where losing tag team never tags again, well, guess what? Ian and Axel Rotten, a tag team for 15 years, never tagged again. Because that was the stipulation. Super Destroyers early on got a miss. He got a miss. Angel Amoroso, topless in the ring. We said it was going to be that kind of. So we delivered on every stipulation. And the fans appreciated it. They finally said, oh my God, we're not being like yanked around here. They're like, we're getting what we've always wanted, was like this hardcore things that they're promising, but now we're getting it. They're delivering on it instead of like, bait and switch. And that's what I was saying. That was like my philosophy. Our first big show. Abdul the Butcher, Kevin Sullivan, Terry Funk, and Stan Hansen in the main event. I wanted to see that. So I knew my fans wanted to see that because we were simpatico. We were always simpatico with the audience, by the way, but I'm just saying that's exactly how it worked.
Yeah, there was so much happening in the early days too, because I feel like some people only know like Barely Legal 97, the first pay-per-view for ECW on. They don't know what was going on before that because there was no pay-per-view, there was no distribution of DVDs, VHS tapes to show you, this event happened with Sabu and Rob Van Dam and, people like that. So obviously the distribution was a huge deal for you. So was that how you got your product out to more eyeballs? Was we need these VHS tapes, we need these DVDs, we need the magazines to cover us, because without that, we're on these random channels all the time. We don't have an exact channel on an exact date every time.
Exactly right. And, all of our commercials, were ECW commercials. So we weren't selling advertising. Part of that was we didn't have an advertising team. We had me, like sitting there talking to all the wrestlers, talking to the lighting guy, talking to the sound guy, setting up the next town, but getting a building. I also was running a business that was supporting this, so it's like I didn't have time to get out there hitting the advertising company. It was hard. It was a lot to be done. And we're like a one mom and pop ship, and for a while just a pop ship. So that was hard.